We are just over a week away, 8 days away now from the kickoff in the Premier League against Burnley.
We last did this 2 months ago.
Yeah, we did it 2 months ago, and we know the situation with the European numbers. We know we need 4 club trained numbers and 4 association trained. So that's 4 basically English players or UK based players. So what is the current number of the squad right now?
So we currently have 28 players, and we have to fit into a squad of 23.
Yeah,
that's the current state. Obviously, 2 of those players are Austin and Scarlett. Scarlett could leave, which would make it even more of a bad situation. We're assuming Scarlett stays. Essentially, if you take away the 2 club trained, we have a squad of 26 to fit 21. Sorry, 20 to fit into a squad of 21.
And those club trained players are not even going to play anyway. So
no.
It's just like.
So we have 21 spaces and we have 26 players.
Yeah.
So essentially, we need to leave out 5 just to fit the numbers right now, and then and if we want to sign 1 player, we have to let 6 go out of those 26 players.
So out of those 6 players that we need to let go, so let's look at the squad as a whole. So you've got Vicario, Kinski, and Ostergen in goal. None of them are going to be left out of the squad.
No.
In defence, you've got Romero, Van de Ven, Danso, Dragicin, Davis, Vuskovic, Udogi, Spence, Porro, and Takai.
Well, Vuskovic could go on loan, but we don't know that yet.
Yeah, which is more than likely. I mean, the noise right now seems like he probably will.
Well, if you're judging by that Ali Gold article, and he's put out a list of everyone who's available for loan, they've pretty much all gone out on loan. So if that's a judgment, he is probably going to go on loan.
Yeah. So Vuskovic 1.
Yeah.
One of Takai or Dragicin, I think, will be out of the team, out of the squad.
Potentially Dragicin until January, because
it'll be one of them though. So I mean, it'll either be Takai or Dragicin. So we can count 2 there. In midfield, Gray, Bentancur, Bissouma, Bergvall, Sarr, Maddison, Decky, Palhinha.
So if we say Maddison will be left out.
Maddison will be left out, that's 3. Decky could potentially be left out as well.
Let's say Bissouma's sold, maybe.
Bissouma's sold, so that's 4. Decky could very much be left out. If he's not going to be back till December, I think he will be left out, to be honest.
So Decky as well left out.
So that's 5. I don't think any other of the midfielders will be left out.
No, you can't leave out Palhinha or Sarr, Bergvall, Bentancur, or Gray. But how many? 1, 2...
That's 5 so far.
Okay.
So in the forward line, Johnson, Odebear, Kudus, Tell, Solanke, Richarlison, Scarlett. I can't really...
Well, Scarlett, if you leave out Scarlett, that just reduces it by 1 anyway, so it doesn't really matter. And I can't see any of those being left out. Obviously, Richarlison could be sold. That's the only other one you would say.
Yeah. So if you add Richarlison, that's 6. That's the 6.
And that allows you 1 signing.
Yeah.
So what if we want 2 signings?
If we want 2 signings,
then who else
depends
gets
what
left
position
out?
that we want to sign.
So we're in a pickle.
Once again, bringing up... I mean, what do we do? I mean, there's just going to have to be some players left out the Champions League squad.
Actually, someone makes a good point. So on the other list, I had Solomon, but he's not on this list. And the numbers I had included Solomon. So if you don't include Solomon, that would be one of the ones left out. Because
so
that total
7 with Solomon.
That would be.
So that leaves 2 signings.
That would leave, yeah.
So if it's 2 signings, it's got to be a number 10. And hopefully a left winger.
A number 10 and hopefully a left winger.
Not a bloody centre-back. What we're hearing is a number 10 and a centre-back.
Yeah.
But it's got to be a number 10 and a left winger, surely. Or a number 10 and a 9.
That's what I want, yeah. Or if you're selling with Richarlison, you kind of need another a 9 as well. Yeah. I would say. Unless you're trusting Tell in that position, but I don't think we should.
It makes no sense to bring in another centre-back when you're looking at how weak we are in the forward line. Makes no sense whatsoever. There is no problem going into a season with Romero, Van de Ven, Danso, one of Dragicin and Takai, and a potential Ben Davis that can fill in there as well. There's just no point.
Yeah.
You get another forward in there.
That's what I would do for me. I think that's massively necessary. But come January, if Decky's back, you got another problem. How do you fit him back in if we sign?
That's a problem for the January update. But for today, first half of the season, that is what we need. We need a number 10. Potentially just 2 number 10s and one that, and then
one of the number 10s that can play left wing.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's what I would like. That would be my perfect. That'd be
Because again,
perfect.
like, is one number 10 even enough for the first half of the season? It's not really.
No, I would say no. Because is that enough attack? Unless you're trusting Bergvall there, and you think he could be a solution as one of them, then you've let go of Donnelly, who I think could have been a really good solution there. So,
But the state of the squad is so bad. You look at those forward options, and that forward line, that is just mid-table, man. That just stinks of mediocrity. It really does. You've got Brennan Johnson, who we massively overpaid for 50 million, who I don't think he gets in anyone's team in terms of the top 5.
who scores goals though?
He scores goals fine, but like, is he a Champions League player?
Yeah, I don't know.
Is
about that.
Odebear a Champions League player right now? Is Tella Champions League player? Solanke, Richarlison? None of them are Champions League players. Kudus is the only one that potentially could be, and he hasn't shown it. None of them are of the desired quality to take into the Champions League, in my opinion.
Yeah.
To actually do something.
Or they're not until they are, if you know what I mean. They're those kind of players.
But they're not.
They're not right now. Well, from what we've seen, it could kind of explode at any moment.
Yeah, they could, but we haven't seen that yet.
No, we
so we
haven't
can only
seen it.
go on what we've seen.
No. And right now, there's none of those players who you're saying right now, from what they've shown in the last year, at least, that they're going to take us into the Champions League and perform to a good standard.
How many in that whole squad are actually like Champions League level players? I would say Romero, Van de Ven.
Porro?
Romero, Van de Ven, Porro. I'd put a doggy in there as well. I would say Bentancur, Madison, but he's injured. Decky, he's injured. Palinia, so that's 6. And potentially maybe a Kudus. So you got 7 in there out of a squad of 26 or whatever you said.
Yeah. Who we think are, ready to really play in the Champions League and be a good player in those competitions.
Mm-hmm.
It's not great reading, is it?
It's mad though, because like you take out the quality of what we had in Harry Kane and Son, and a lot of times like post Pochettino, they were just surrounded by dross, but they could raise the level of the squad. Who is going to be raising the level of the squad here? Doing the Kane and the Son, just getting us out of the shit.
When we signed all those players back under Pochettino, you would have said the same thing, wouldn't you?
What, that they're dross?
No, that they're not Champions League players.
Correct.
Dele,
Mm-hmm.
Ericsson even at the time,
Yeah.
Son, all these players, you would have said, oh, they're not Champions League level.
Yeah, it's true, but can you see this lot getting to those levels?
A few of them potentially. Bergvall,
Yeah,
maybe
Bergvall.
Tell. Solanke when he's at his best potentially. Those maybe Sarr.
I don't know. I'm starting to think Solanke was a bad signing for us. I don't mind Solanke. I like his work rate and everything like that. But when we talk about what he brings to the team, that's all we talk about is work rate.
Yeah, he needs to sharpen up in front of goal.
It's like
100%.
we need someone that is going to go get us the goals. We need someone to make a consistent impact. And he had a decent season, Solanke, last year, but he didn't get enough goals. Didn't get enough goal contributions.
Takes too long to shoot.
Like,
Takes takes a touch and just allows players to block the shot. It needs to be quicker.
how many of those teams in our forward line, how many of them get in to any of the decent sides in the Premier League? How far down do you have to go? None of them are getting into Man United's team right now. And Man United finished, we've just beat them in the Europa League, and they just finished like 1 or 2 places above us. And none of them get into obviously City, Liverpool, Chelsea, Arsenal as well. None of them get into any of those teams. So I mean, Villa, Ollie Watkins, you probably prefer him.
Probably Watkins. After that, I don't know who else would Villa get into our team.
Like Newcastle, they're probably going to sign a 9. That's better than Solanke and Richarlison right now. They got
Not guaranteed.
Well, they probably will.
Not guaranteed.
Obviously, nothing's guaranteed in this world, but they probably will.
I probably will.
Why?
Why? Yeah.
Because all the players that they've been linked with. I mean,
Why?
Samu or Domiron.
If they sign him like Moani or this Samu, he's not guaranteed to be better than Solanke.
I would take Samu over Solanke right now. Would you not?
Not necessarily. I mean, I like him. I think, but he's
If I
also
offered,
young.
if I offered him to you right now, Samu for Solanke, would you not take it?
I'll take him over a charlatan. I don't know about Solanke. I think he's similar, but he's maybe a bit more of a goal scorer. But he's strong. I like him.
We need a goal scorer. That's what we need.
Yeah. Is he better than Solanke? I think he's better in front of goal. I don't know if he's a better player. I do like him though. I think maybe in a year or two you're saying, yeah, he's better than Solanke. I don't know about right now. If they sound like a Moani, is he definitely better than Solanke? I don't know. I don't think he's guaranteed. It's tough. I think Solanke's a good striker.
He's decent. But he's not like...
Not world class.
He's not of the quality, I think, that we should be signing for 60 million. Like, he's like a 40 million pound striker.
Well, maybe Frank can get him scoring again.
I hope so.
Like
I've got him as my top goal scorer, but that just more says the level of everyone else. I think Solanke's probably one of the better players in that list.
I'm confident he can get Tell playing. I'm backing Tell. I like Tell a lot. I think he's got a lot of quality. I think we haven't seen anywhere near what he's capable of, in my opinion. I think we're going to see a lot more from him.
I think we'll see it. But I mean, even seeing a lot, we saw nothing from him last season. So anything, if we see anything from him, that's a step in the right direction.
We saw some stuff, some games.
Barely.
We saw some.
It was very underwhelming.
Yeah, he was. I'm not going to deny that. I think Odebear, he's got potential. I think all these players. This is what we've done. We've just signed a lot of potential.
Yeah.
And I agree. We need much more ready-made players, and I think that will make a lot of more people relax.
Yeah.
But as I've said as well, that in our previous successful team, we didn't do it by just buying ready-made players.
Mm-hmm.
That's also true, but you can't always can't just keep doing that.
Yeah.
Which is why Liverpool, they've gone in the direction they have because they had the recruitment they did basically what we did under Poch. And then they've built on that and bought an added ready-made.
When did they do what we did?
Like last season or the couple years ago, they signed good players. I wouldn't say like they were all guaranteed. These are unbelievable players who are going to win your league, but they all became amazing.
Who are we talking about? Like McAllister,
Szoboszlai, Gakpo. Who else did they sign?
All these players.
They're good players, but you wouldn't say
much better level than the ones that we're signing.
No. I'm talking. Yes, I'm talking about what they did compared to what we did under Poch. I'm saying, my point is, they basically did what we did under Poch, maybe a bit higher level, but then they built on it, and now they're signing Wirtz and Kerkez and Frimpong. So they didn't just say, okay, we signed these players and we got lucky, but they did really well for us, so we're just going to do more of that. They said, okay, we got these players, now let's add all this guaranteed quality. Because none of those players I'm talking about, Szoboszlai, Gakpo, you wouldn't say they're all guaranteed quality. But people like Wirtz, Frimpong and Kerkez, and these are players who have been doing it at the big stage.
Those players though were still very good players.
I'm not saying they're bad players, and the players we signed under Poch were not bad players. Then they're good players as well. Like Eriksen was known at Ajax and stuff like that. Son was a good player in the Bundesliga, but they were slight risks, but they paid off. But now they're backing that up. That's something we never did. Yeah. And now we're in that stage where we're taking risks. But
much bigger risks than what we were taking then and what we're taking and what Liverpool were taking.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Much bigger. We're signing 18, 19-year-olds that have had one season, if that, behind them.
For big money.
Yeah. So and I think the step of the Paulinis and the Kudas are the right steps to be taking, but we need a lot more. A lot more. And unfortunately the squad size doesn't allow for a lot more. So I think that we're just going into next season with a clear void in quality. But this is why Frank has been brought in. Frank has been brought in to nurture these young talents like he's done before at Brentford, right? The development that he's given to the likes of Mbeumo, Wissa, Sade, Tony, all these kind of players. That's what his remit here is at Spurs.
So is that how he earns his money, are we saying?
It's got to be, because he's got no one else to do it with.
So whose fault is it if he doesn't do that? Is it his fault? Or is it
Well, it's still Levy's fault. It's still Levy's fault.
But he's been brought in to do that.
Yeah, but Levy's brought him in to do that because Levy's, put us in this situation where we've had to bring in a manager to do this.
Yeah, but he knew that was the remit coming in, right?
Whether he knows it or not, it's still his decision. It's still the club's hierarchy putting the club in this situation.
Yeah. But he came knowing this is he's going to have to develop all these young players.
Mm-hmm.
So he can't then, if he fails to do that, can he turn around and say, well, you didn't give me the tools?
Well, maybe he can't turn around and say it, but us as a fan base can say, well, the manager consistently never gets his tools.
Mm.
So it's just as much of the same every single season, no matter who the manager is.
Mm-hmm. It's true. So how do we solve this?
We can't solve it. We can bring in a 10, we can bring in another player in the forward line. What's really going to happen is we might bring in a 10 and bring in another centre-back. And we're going to go in with these attacking players, and it's going to be up to Frank to overachieve.
What we truly need, if we're in a perfect world, if we take squad size out of it just for a second, what we truly need is another backup left back to a doggy. Probably, do you in a perfect world want, if Vuskovic goes out on loan, do you actually want another centre back potentially? Because if we don't know what's going on with Takai, Dragshin's out for a while. That leaves you with just Danso, Van der Ven, and Romero. Potentially, I can understand the logic of another centre back. You probably want one number 10 and another 10 and a number 10 you can play out wide.
Well, what
and
was
probably
the point
a
of
striker.
bringing in Takai?
Yeah, I agree.
What was the point?
That's what I said when we signed him.
But when we signed him, Ali Golden and everyone was saying this guy's going to be part of the first team squad. Was the thinking of him being part of the first team squad just because Dragshin's not ready for the new season? Was that the only thinking, or do they actually believe that he's got enough quality to be part of the first team squad right now? Because that's what I was led to believe when we signed him.
Well, this squad the decision making baffles me a bit when it comes to all about this. I don't know what the thinking was, to be honest. I struggle because we've got Vuskovic there. He's been playing in pre-season, doing quite well. So why loan him out for Takai, who's going to have to get ready to, not going to have a pre-season, going to have to get ready, ready for European football. He's never played in Europe before, let alone Premier League.
Yeah.
Get used to the teammates, all this stuff, which already knows the players around him and all that kind of stuff. Doesn't make any sense to me why would send out Vuskovic and keep Takai around, and makes more sense to loan out Takai to me.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's perplexing to me.
Yeah. Look, for me in an ideal world, it would be left back, 2 number 10s, a left winger, and a striker. That's what I would want going into the new season.
So again, a
left back,
left
2
back,
number 10s,
2 number 10s and a striker.
a left winger and a striker.
2 number 10s and a left winger and a striker.
Or a one that can play both. Let's just say one that can play both.
Right.
An Eze plus a number 10, basically.
Yeah. I would like that. But if we probably, we're struggling to even get 2 in there. But if we can just somehow muster 2, what 2 would it be? A number 10 and a left winger.
What, in terms of personnel? Who would it be?
No, I'm saying because if we add squad numbers back into it, we're really struggling beyond 2 more signings.
Yeah.
So what 2 do you prioritise? A number 10 and a left winger.
Well, if Richarlison is to go, and he's one of the players that we're saying is going, it has to be a number 10 and a striker.
Number 10 and a striker, and no left winger.
Yeah, and then that number 10 has to be, there's no point if he can play left wing because he's not going to be used on the left wing because of our injuries.
Until
they're back. Yeah. So basically what we're saying is Eze and a striker.
Mm-hmm.
We have to get Eze, basically.
Or do you just leave Richarlison, Solanke and focus on getting a left winger and a number 10?
Are you more comfortable with the options of Tellen Odegaard at left wing or Solanke and Richarlison as striker?
I think I'm more comfortable with Solanke and Richarlison as striker. I think they both know how to get goals in the Prem, as long as they can both stay fit. They're both physical. I think Frank will like them both. I think Tellen Odegaard, both of them, I think you need a more experienced player there.
I agree, but the only reason I don't agree is just because of the injuries. Can't keep either of them fit. Like Solanke keeps getting injured, and Richarlison, we all know Richarlison's injury issues.
Yeah.
That's the problem. I agree with you in terms of quality, in terms of Premier League proven quality. I'm more comfortable with Solanke and Richarlison, but because of the injury issues that we've seen from both of them, particularly Richarlison, I'm just not comfortable with going in with both of them as our number 9s.
Yeah, I think in a perfect world, I'll probably replace Richarlison with the new one. But I just think, would I rather replace Richarlison with a new number 9, or would I not sign a left winger, or would I rather keep Richarlison and with Solanke and then sign a new left winger?
Yeah, so you would bank on Richarlison staying fit. Like, I don't think anyone should be banking on that.
But you also have Tell there as well, if need be, and
God.
then you have another left winger. That's what I'm saying. Sign another left winger, and then you have Tell, Solanke, Richarlison as
Maybe
3
you
strikers.
just sign another player that can just play both positions, striker and left wing.
Yeah, I don't know who that would be.
Sonny.
Yes, re-sign Son. When is the MLS on a break?
January, I think.
Yeah, let's do it.
Anyway, I think the key takeaways from this is that we're screwed. I think the key takeaways is that it's going to be very difficult next season, and Thomas Frank has a massive, massive job on his hands.
A lot of decisions to be made. A lot of big decisions.
Exactly.
And so little time to do them.
You let us know your thoughts about how we get around this situation. Are we going into the season with the required quality, even if we do sign a number 10? And yeah, I'm very worried going into the new season. But I'm also, quite excited to get it up and running as well.